Good. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. Just thank you. We're all healing, growing, and at times it can be very difficult, especially if you don't see where your path is taking you, but trust the process and know it will take you places that you would never ever imagine you will be. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when your girl's about to upload her next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to know you as much as you're knowing me. You're getting to know me. Even if it's response of the content of the video, positive reply or response towards the content of the video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. um and if you feel like the video is very uplifting to you, give you good vibes, information that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath, they're going through trying times at the moment and just needing, confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. While you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's greatly appreciated on so many levels. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And trying to turn this up a little bit because it's kind of low. The meditation music I'm listening to is called "Thank You," the secret of law of attraction, gratitude, manifestation, meditation music. And the video I'm doing is called Twin Flame 101. Uh, the pain that birthed your purpose. It's like, I know I did a video about this, like, I think it was almost close to a year ago. It's like your purpose, your pain, the pain has a purpose. No, the purpose that go through your pain. Um, it is just like a lot of times when you're about to hit that road of spiritual awakening, finding out, learning different information on a deeper spiritual level about yourself, your surroundings, about gifts that you have had this whole time, but there was also some that were dormant. You had to go through different levels of life experience, different traumatic experiences for that light switch of the gift to be uh be birthed. And a lot of times, when we're going down that path, you might be at a job that is really like, draining you. I've been there, and it will make you think about, heck, is there any more meaning to my life? Because I feel like I'm existing more than I'm living. You're not being fulfilled about, what your daily routine is, and you're trying to understand the purpose that where you're heading towards, and trying to really understand that you had to experience a lot of traumatic things to understand where your purpose is taking you, what mission are you going to take part in towards your life. You're always wondering why people are always um, coming to you for advice, or trying to get an understanding about a lot of things. And you always like, why are you asking me? I'm still trying to find myself out of a paper bag, and you come to ask me. Or we're very drawn to want to help out other people as well. And those are the things, I've said it many times before. I didn't know where my life was taking me. I knew I just wanted to help people and make people happy. To give them that light that you truly needed to uplift yourself when it was hard to do that, because of the things that you were constantly experiencing in life, and it was just like universe had me all over the place. Hell, I was all over the place trying to find myself, try to know myself on a deeper level, trying to understand what I was intended to be here for. And then it was just like, I already knew, since I was a child, that I wanted to do, a lot of positive things, not just for myself, but with others. And I just didn't know how I was going to do that. And it's just like, you have to allow yourself to see the gifts that you have that not everybody can do, because a lot of things that you can do naturally, other people have to study for. They have to, go through all these different levels to understand how to do it. There's a lot of people ask me, how do you, you speak to loved ones on the other side? How are you able to give messages like that? I've been like this since I was a child. This is not something I had to practice. It just came naturally to me. But when I had to go through hypnosis, when I was like 13, 14 years old, because I kept having night terrors, all that stuff shut down because, I knew too much. I was about to find out the own answers from, the people that were surrounding me about the abuse that I was going through. I was about to find that, basically I did and didn't realize I did. And then it allowed me to see, what has taken place in my life. It really placed me in many dark situations. I was constantly depressed, didn't want to, I wasn't even taking care of myself the way I wanted to, where I used to do. I just didn't care. All those things I just constantly kept on going through. The experiences made me feel like I was drowning in my own sorrow and I was just going to die there. But then when I allowed myself to really, take that deep voyage for myself. And then, it allows you to see, because people are like, Roslynn, how can I find out my purpose? See the things that you truly enjoy to do that really uplifts you, what kind of thing did you know your gift, a gift that you have that where you're helping yourself as well as helping others, being able to understand the gifts that you carry, because it's like when you first start that spiritual awakening, I didn't have people of the physical to tell me, what I'm helping y'all with. I had to go, my dad, when he passed, as well as my mom and my loved ones, they guided me towards certain things that I would have an understanding on what my gifts were, or, bringing back an old memory where it allowed me to see the things I was doing that was not really normal, you know. And it was just like more things kept on constantly coming up. They would tell me, hey, go here. And then learned a lot about myself. I didn't know what a twin flame was. Hell, I didn't know what an indigo was. And then, going down that road for a while, and, finding out I was a white witch. I had wicked, I mean, not wicked, well, Wiccan, lineage, that flowed through my bloodline. Then going from that to, having dreams and being drawn to a lot of Native American, uh, situations or things that I seen that I was very interested in, and then finding out I was a Heyoka, and so it allowed me to go day by day of understanding what I do. And it's just like anybody I talk to on the side as well as here, I always say I love the gift of purpose that I have, because it's like so many of us are trying to get that understanding about ourselves on a totally different level that it's hard for us to really, really click that. And it was like a lot of people say, you don't take it out like that Android, you hear that Android voice, and sometimes it's hard to watch videos like that, because I was guided towards so many different videos on YouTube to understand my gift. And it's just like at times, I'll be wanting to talk about something else, and then universe is like, no, you need to stay on this, because you're giving so many different contents about what a Heyoka struggles with on a daily process, the things that we endure when it comes to connections with other people, as well as we reflect in ourselves, and it's just like, it was a beautiful thing for me to be able to do. So it's just like, even though I get aggravated because I'm not where I truly want to be at this time, and it was just like I had to understand what was taking place, the things that I struggled with on a daily basis, and being able to make a video about it, or things that were really drawn. It's like sometimes I can go on like a social media platform like Facebook, or even here when I'm looking at meditations, and it's like a certain phrase or a certain word will really like give me the chills. And it's like, I asked the universe, hey, can you be able to send me, I said, can you send me, different content that you need me to shed light upon myself as well as others, to give them that confirmation to say, this is the reason why you're experiencing this, or these are the reasons why you're seeing these things that's taking place in your life. These are the reason why you're feeling this certain way around certain things that are taking place in your life. And it's just like all those things, it really gives you that, when you have really went through a lot of trauma, a lot of abandonment, or neglect, um, different type of abuse, um, being abandoned, it'll allow you to really understand where those experiences, it had to have taken place for yourself to know what part you're going to play in this world. Being able to do the things I do, at times I'm happy for the things that I'm doing, I'm taking place in people's life. And it's like, especially if I'm able to communicate with, as well as my loved ones, as well as other people's loved ones, being able to give them that reassurance. It's like, your loved ones has never left your side, even though it feels like, sometimes we feel like we're in this world by ourselves. We're dealing with so many different dark circumstances in our life that we really try to cut ties from. But a lot of times we don't realize we're running away from the things that we truly need to endure for us to understand our purpose of what we need to go, what we're about to do in our lives. And sometimes it's hard to feel that, because you're like, damn, I'm tired of going through this, and it's so depressing. I want this, but I'm not able to get this until I get that. You have to go through these things. Universe already knows what they have in store for you, because whatever blessings you about to come to your life, it's going to bring you to your knees, and you didn't feel like you were worthy of what is about to be taking place in your life. But for that to occur, you had to go through those dark moments. You had to fall down. You had to go through failures, constant setbacks, people dogging you left and right. You had to go through all those things because you're gaining strength from those traumatic situations. Is burping out, I mean, birthing out things that you did not see, didn't expect to come your way. And it's just like with me, I allow myself to see it, and sometimes I feel like at times I don't understand how I'm gonna make it through this, but I'm not giving myself that credit and confidence that I have what it takes to get through it. Yes, I do, you know, and I'm glad I got this. And at times, it's hard, I'm still a work in progress like everybody else. You are too, being able to know, I mean, I feel good when I talk to people, and it's just like, they're very, is love out there for me, am I going through this by myself? It feels like a lonely, cold world. And then when me being able to tell things towards others, there's no way of me knowing. I did not realize how much of a blessing that is to somebody, because it might seem very mediocre to me to be able to do that towards somebody else, but I did not realize the impact that can actually have in somebody's life, because they knew there was no way of you knowing these things. I can see if you're a celebrity and stuff like that, then you were like, oh, okay, they just got that off of Google and this and this and that, because I listened to Tyler Henry and, you know, um, Teresa Caputo and stuff like that. I feel like they really do have gifts to a certain, to a certain extent, because I don't use the same methods as they do. It's just a lot of things. Like, I can be able to connect with somebody and don't get any kind of visions or whatever, because maybe that person's there for me to learn off of them. Some kind of tragedy or something, like they supposed to do something dirty to me in that way. So a lot of times I don't get that vibe. But there's people that are truly, needing to hear something from the other side with other people, then all of a sudden it just get chatty, and I mean, I'm just doing it all day. I'm like, hey, this and this and this happened. I'm like, what the hell? Where is this coming from? Because in my third eye, I'll be wide open when it comes to certain people I really truly connect with. And just being able to know to bring blessings like that, I always wanted to do things like that. I see myself doing a lot of different things that, there's going to take place in my life for me to help a lot of people, because that's what I love to do. Being able to be vocal about my different experiences. I don't care what people think, I don't care if I'm not being understood, because whatever that message is, and you can understand where I'm coming from, that message was for you. I hear all the time, Rosalind, it feels like you're personally talking to me. Well, that is that thing, universe leads me to say something is really going to touch you, give you that major chill from the top of the head to your fingertips. And you're like, what? Thank you, I needed that for today, because you never know what somebody's experience is when they wake up in the morning. I try to be very discerning about how I do things, how I say things, how I go about it, and a lot of times you don't know how somebody's going to take it when you connect with them. Some people might think I'm being, kind of harsh or being mean, and that's not what I'm trying to do. But a lot of times I have to be able to give you that truth, and sometimes people can't, you know really take that truth for what it is. And it's, and not trying to belittle anybody. I don't do that. Unless somebody like really puts me against the wall, and I'll tell them about themselves and keep going. Or sometimes I don't even allow myself to even reply to certain things, because I'm just like, you know what, you are really sucking up something that is like, it is very valuable to me. So I'm not about to engage in that. But it allowed me to really truly grow. And I tell people, this is my experience, this is my story, these are the things that I endured. But also at the same time, being able to reflect the negative experience, but being able to also say in the same sentence from those negative experiences brought out positive uh, life lessons that I can truly live by. Like I've said before, if you know the things that I went through or the things that I've endured in life, it was very, very, very tragic for me. But every day I took my power back. I took my strength back. There's times I tell you, I fall short. Not every day is positive for me, but I try to see that positive within that day. Allow myself to say, oh, you know what? I said I just need a breather, but I understand what it that needed, I needed to heal from, or the things that I needed to understand that took part of my life just a few minutes ago. And then, just allow myself to know, this too shall pass. If anything is bad going on in my life, I had to constantly tell myself, this is only temporary. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Of what's taking part in your life, because you're doing so many good things for people, and it's like you're not having a hidden agenda. You don't have any kind of interior motive. You're doing this because this is something that you're doing selflessly. I'm not looking for anything in return, just to be able to see you happy, and knowing that I brought some kind of beautiful vibe towards you, for you to understand what is taking place in your life. That's all I want. That's all I need. And and that makes me happy, just to be able to know that I was able to pass that on to somebody else. And a lot of times, when you're trying to find your purpose, trust and believe your situations that you're being placed in at this moment, the things that you're really healing from, um, is going to guide you towards that purpose, that that is going to be able to uplift you. Because there's a lot of people I know, especially when I do the empath counseling, or I call it the empath social worker situation. People like Roslynn, I got laid off of my job, or I got fired from my job. These things had to take place in your life, because even though you had to think, if this is something that you truly enjoy, universe would have made moves for you to be out of there. At that job, if it was meant for you, a lot of things wouldn't be coming down on you the way it was, to where the only time you enjoy is your days off. So that is just, all those things is giving you the signs to say, what, you need to take that leap of faith and trust the universe and what is about to take part in your life, because this is not for you. You're supposed to be living, you're supposed to be doing things that you truly enjoy, that it doesn't feel like it's being forced. Because a lot of times, I'm going through my jobs, I'm like, you know what, I want to just stay in bed, and it's just like, I don't feel like going to this job, I don't feel like dealing with the BS from the bosses or anything like that. I'm just tired of them talking, I'm tired of them reflecting this stuff to me. But then when I see what had taken place, a lot of times, and I have to tell people, a lot of times you don't understand, the universe will throw heat in your life, turn that thing up. Because if they keep constantly giving you those signs that, hey, we got better for you, but you need to let go of this, sacrifice this, so we can bring this into your life. And a lot of times we get scared, because it's like, man, I got bills to pay, I got children to take care of, I got this to do. And it's just like, a lot of times you have to be able to take that leap of faith. And there's times it's hard to do that, because that's what faith is. Faith is something you have to believe in. You don't have to see it. You'll see it after, when those things just take part in your life. I see it all the time, just because of the beliefs I had, the faith. Yeah, I go through bad times, but I also appreciate a lot of good times through that bad time. And that lets me know my purpose, being able to help others. I had to endure the worst, especially having family members that are in the public eye. That is already bad when you go through things, but when everything is all up in our magnifying glass, it takes a whole new different level. That I would never, you know um wish on anybody. There's a lot of things that I see that goes on in the world with different celebrities, and I can really understand. I can really relate to it because it's like if you're going through a bad breakup, even with here on YouTube, there's a lot of couples that has broke up. There's a lot of them. I was shook, like, oh, y'all were goals. What the hell happened? Why? Get back together, do something. Make that work. But then it feels bad. I feel bad for them because it's like, dad, you can't even heal, you can't even get a peace of mind because everybody is like bringing stuff towards you, that you really didn't need in your life because you're going through that moment of, healing yourself where it needed to be healed, and allowing, the unknown to take place in your life that was needed. So, I get it. I understand that, a lot of things is hard for them because it's like everybody knows the things that they're going through, but they don't know the things that goes on with you when that camera is off or when you're not out and about. They really don't know. So it is just like a lot of things that had to take place in your life, and when you finally get to that point, because I see a lot of y'all doing that, especially if I've been with y'all for a while, I try to send little short texts, and see that's very positive towards you because, I know what it feels like when you're constantly going through things and you're trying to be on that positive vibe, but you can't get it all the time like that. You're going to have those days when you're aggravated, don't want to be bothered. I get like that myself, but then there are going to be days you're going to cry tears of joy and just being appreciating of the experiences that has taken place in your life that you can truly benefit off of on many levels. So it's just like when you allow yourself to do that, and knowing, you might be going through some really traumatic situations right now, because a lot of times we don't realize when we're going on our spiritual awakening, a lot of times trauma has to be that has to take place in our life to put us on that path, because that traumatic situation awakens something that you didn't know was there, where you knew something was missing out of your life, but you had to go through this just to be able to know. Because then when all the things is taking place, it's going to make you go through certain spurts in your life, like that, those different timelines, stamps are in your life, that things start kind of happen in an empathic way that was something so natural to you. Because it's like when I said before, people ask me, how do you do that, how do you talk to people that's on the other side? It just comes natural to me. It's not something I try to do, because a lot of times when I'm connecting with people on that on that path, sometimes when those things open, it's like the things that they went through in life, for them to be where they are and connecting with you, that comes out as well. And sometimes I got to be able to maneuver my spirit on my third eye, like, hey, don't go towards that way, that's like and I was telling one of my love bugs that earlier, I shut that off real quick, because I feel like that's invading somebody, that's like violating, in that way, mentally and emotionally. When they want you to know what's going on with them, they will tell you that if that's what they want to do. But I don't want to allow myself, if I can get a message sent to you, a lot of times for me to do that, and things are going on in your life, it allows me to get somewhat of an understanding on why you are the way you are. But I try not to do that, because there's sometimes I always help people and they were like, Rosalind, read me. And I tell people, like, a lot of times I don't really like doing that, because a lot of times you don't understand, because a lot of people don't believe it until it's happened. And when you're skeptical like that, and then there's the things that come out, there's no way of me knowing, a lot of other things come up as well while I'm doing that. So a lot of times, I just try not to do that. But if it's like somebody sends me a message or they send me an email, things start transpiring, and it's just like it just feels at times, sometimes it's like, either if you're not guided here from my dad, to be connected with me like that, a lot of times it's just weird that sometimes your past loved ones are guiding you towards me for you to be able to understand. And it's just like I got that vision yesterday. I was like, Dad, that's what's going on. But then I have to understand, okay, anything is possible. But it's just a blessing to be able to help people that, truly need that, but you're allowing yourself to take part in trying to understand yourself as a spiritual being on a totally different level that needed to really transpire to take place in your life for you to be able to benefit, what your purpose is. So, allow yourself to know, there's explanation and a reason for everything that is very painful that you experience, that always has a purpose. And most of the time it will lead you towards things that you really needed to deal with. So I hope that you were able to relate to this video. I'm gonna try to go ahead and do, two more, y'all. I'm just so drained right now. I might just go ahead and take a break for a couple of hours, because it's like yesterday. I mean, when I say I was full-fledged channeling, and I was talking to a lot of it got catty batty with me. I was talking to a lot of people on the other side, and that drained the hell out of me yesterday. But I'm glad it happened, because when I'm getting drained from uh positive situations, I can learn to appreciate that and say, okay, you know what, that happened for a positive reason, so that I don't mind. But if it's something negative, I'm like, you got to change this, you got to fix this. But yeah, I'm gonna allow myself to recharge for a minute. If I don't do any more videos today, trust and believe, I'll be right back tomorrow, Lord willing. If not, I'm gonna try to get at least about 2 or 3 more later on today. Ooh, excuse me. After I finish, recharging, because y'all, like I said, I'm still recovering from yesterday. Um, because I did that with this morning as well as late last night. So, got to go ahead and recharge, because I mean it's really kicking my butt right now. But let me go ahead and give a post notification shout out to Eric Gonzalez, as well as Mike Latimer. Much love to you as well. If you're new to my channel, much love. Welcome. So good to have you. Drop a line. I would love to give you a post notification shout out. Um, if not, you can always get in touch with me on Facebook Messenger. I don't know if you have to actually send a friend request to me, but if you do, just know, don't take offense of it. I'm not accepting any kind of friend request, but I would love to get in, stay in connection with you on, uh, you know, um, Facebook Messenger. Oh, and I forgot to say, when I say that, I try to make sure, I'm here in Georgia. So if you're overseas, I can truly understand. But it's like my time limit on, discussing things with you is like from 10 o'clock in the morning till 10:30 at, Pacific Standard Time. So if any time after that, I cut it off, because that's my me time. Those are my times of rest. And I just, unless it's a extreme emergency like life and death, but not your, oh my God, my world's coming to an end. But if you're, I mean, really, 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 really in that dark spot and you need somebody to talk to, no problem. I try my best to be there. But I always tell people, please respect my boundaries. I got to be able to recharge. A lot of times people don't understand that, but I know you got things going on, but I as well do too. But if I don't recharge, I ain't gonna be able to help myself, and I sure won't be able to help you as well. So please do that. Please, remind that, even on the weekends, nothing else past 10:30. But like and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload a video. Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I hope and pray whatever you're trying to manifest into your reality comes 100 times more than what you asked for, and sooner than you actually expected to. So make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity vibes, words, and frequencies. You never know, all those things can really take somebody a long way. But like I said, y'all, throughout the day, after I finish recharging, because I'm not going to reply right this minute, because I really, I don't like sending those type of vibes towards y'all. So as soon as I can, I will go ahead and reply back to your comments, because I still got some from like 2 days ago. So I got to go back through. But if I don't make any more videos today, I will gladly be up and doing it tomorrow. But it just all depends on how my day goes for the next couple of hours. So I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible for everything you do. And I will see you on the next video. Much love. Peace. Be wild.